open to God's work. As we are in the fourth Sunday of the Advent, we are dominated by love. Say yes to God. The mystery revealed in Christ. In Luke's Gospel, Mary had no designs to build anything. She knew the stories of David and grew up in going to the great temple, which had been rebuilt. In Mary's story, the Annunciation captures our imagination. When angel Gabriel appears to Mary, she is little more than a girl, and her confusion is to be expected. Why should she be favored above anyone else? The words, "The Lord is with you," were usually reserved for prophets, kings, warriors, and were a predicator of their success. Now an angel was telling Mary that God has found favor with Mary and she would give birth to a son who would be named Jesus, which means God saves. Mary was a model of humility. She wondered how this could happen. Angel Gabriel tells her that the Most High would overshadow her. The Greek word has the sense of a shadow cast by a cloud, similar in idea to the cloud that covered the tent of meeting. The implication is that God is filling Mary. Mary's response is simply to open herself to God's will. We are not in control of what God decides to do. God simply waits for us to say yes. You shall call him Jesus. God is with us still. Emmanuel, God is with us. As if in response to Mary's yes, the Apostle Paul tells us that God is with us still and is able to strengthen us for anything that had happened. In Romans chapter 16, he says, "Brothers and sisters, to him who can be strengthened you, according to my gospel and the proclamation of Jesus Christ, according to the revelation of the mystery kept secret for long ages, but now manifested through prophetic writing, and according to the command of the eternal God, made known to all nations to bring about the obedience of faith to the only wise God. Through Jesus Christ be glory forever and ever." This last part of the epistle to the Romans is a celebration of the Lord Jesus, who is the revelation of God himself to us. Paul also notes that the revelation of God is not just for the Jews, but for the entire world, that all might be obedient, just as Mary was. Even now, God continues to seek a home in a broken world in our hearts. Though we aren't always as open as we would like to be, can easily be distracted from the will of God. What God seeks is an open and willing heart. Let's follow the example of Mary, who listens and humbly places herself in God's service. Mary showed us the only proper response to the incarnation is to make a home for Christ in ourselves and in the world. Hope, faith, joy, peace, love. This season of Advent calls us to prepare our hearts to welcome Christ, just as Mary welcomed the Son of God into her life. Let's take time to cultivate a spirit of openness, humility, and anticipation. God became one of us, that God remains with us. You shall call him Jesus.